Hey guys, welcome. I'm Parshvika. Welcome to the channel where we talk a lot about self-improvement topics and feminine energy topics and a lot of the different relationship topics as well. Anyways, let's talk about is time really matters in achieving certain things in our life, because you often hear from the people, oh, your clock is ticking, not just for having babies or getting married, but also the clock is ticking for making a good career, for studies, for this and for that, and people put the time limits to that. You need to get married at this time, you need to have babies by this time, you need to do this thing by this time, and time. Is time really important in these things? I mean, of course time is important, but is it really important for you to do the things at a certain time limit set by the society? Let's talk about this topic. Before that, give this video a big thumbs up. Do consider subscribing for more such videos. You can very well grab the Female Self-Care Planner. It's a PDF download. The link is in description if you want to take care of yourself, and it's based on my experience. Okay, let's talk about this topic. So, yes, time is important. We can't buy time, and we all know this thing. Okay, we all know that we got a certain time for this lifetime. Of course, in the next lifetime we're gonna get another set of time, but we are not talking about that. For here we are talking about this lifetime only. So we do have a time limit, and time is limited. We can't buy time and all that stuff is there. But do we really need to get things done at the time that's set by the society, by our parents, by our peers, by our friends, by the people that we have relationships with? Do we really need to do that? Like earlier, if you see the people like getting married in early 20s, or also even when they reach to the late teens. I've seen some people getting married in the late teens, like 18 or 19 years of age, some getting married at 20, 21 years, early 20s. And now I see the people, like some people getting married quite late, in late 20s, early 30s, even late 30s as well, and still they are having babies and still they are happy. I mean, I don't see that someone who's getting married early is more happy than the someone who's getting married late, or vice versa. I don't see that thing. It doesn't really matter. So do you think that you really need to finish the things on the certain time period as set by the society? No. I would say that it's no, because I've seen the people getting married in the early 20s, and even though they have kids pretty early and they've seen their kids growing up because they were also young, and they get married early and they have babies early, okay, that's the one thing, but then still they were not happy, and they still, sometimes when you talk with such people, they say that they took the decision to get married quite early, because early 20s is quite early sometimes to get married. Again, it depends from person to person, but I've heard from a lot of the people, they're like, I get married in my 20 years and I didn't get the time to work on my career, to travel the world, to live the life as a single person, and to enjoy my life, to explore more about me and to see and all that. They still feel like they didn't get that freedom, and they could utilize that time for freedom, and then they can get married maybe 3 or 4 years later on down the road. I've heard about that as well. And I also heard about the people in the late 30s who got married, and they are like, we are so happy, we are so fortunate that we spent early 20s or the entire 20s exploring the world, exploring ourselves, knowing more about ourselves, and exploring what we can do, and living our life to the best and all that stuff, and they're still happy in the late 30s, even if they have the kids in the late 30s or early 40s, and they don't have that much time to spend with their kids, because they're gonna get old as their child will going to get more young and so on and so forth. Like as the child grows, they're gonna be getting more old, so they are not that young to experience their childhood, but again they are happy. So I don't see that. Of course we have a time limit, but I don't see that you need to do the things at the certain time period, the certain phase. Like you can get married in early 20s, late 20s, early 30s, late 30s, or early 40s, or wherever you want to get married. And even if you don't want to get married, it doesn't really matter. I think that it doesn't really matter, because the more important thing is about, are you happy about your life? That's the most important question that we need to ask ourselves. What do I want from my life? Instead of chasing one goal after the other, instead of fulfilling other people's expectation, because everybody, I mean, it doesn't matter wherever you're born in this world, your parents, your siblings, your friends, your peers, your society has an expectation on you, and depending on the situation, depending on where you're born, sometimes these expectations may be more than you could ever imagine it, or maybe more than you could even fulfill it. Like you fulfill one of their expectation, you did one thing, the second come, second did, third come, and so on and so forth. It's like an endless cycle of more and more and more and more. It's like you grown up, they send you to the school to get the good school, you need to get the good grades, then you pass, clear your school, get into the high school, then you get into the university, get the good grades for university, then you get the good grades, then you graduate, then you appear for another examination to become postgraduate, and then you become postgraduate, then you need to get the good job, and then you need to get the good make money, like make good money, okay, and then you need to get married, have kids, and then you need to take care of your kids and put them in the school. Like it's like an endless cycle. Like there is no stop to your cycle. If like I've seen these people doing this their entire life, and I see their life is so boring. I mean, I can see it's so boring. I'm not saying that living a normal life is boring or you shouldn't live that life, but I see that they're not doing anything new. They are not creating something. Everybody has something unique. Everybody has something unique to give to this world. Somebody is unique at the way they cook. Somebody unique at the way they make the people feel good. Like they talk so good. They listen to the people. They care about the people. They help the people. Or they create beautiful art, beautiful t-shirts, or do a beautiful hair, beautiful makeup. Like everybody has something unique, and if we are living by other people's expectation, then we actually don't listen to ourselves and the inner voice that are telling us constantly, hey, do this. That's very low, loud, not loud, very low, very short voice that sometimes tell to us to do something in a different way. And that's more fun, that's more appealing, that's more creative, and that makes us more feel happy and joy. But we don't do it because we do what other people want us to do, and that actually led us to become slaves of our own life. We are slaves of other people's expectation, not other people. I don't want to say talk about the other people in terms of the society. I talk about in terms of the parents. I know not everybody has those parents. Some people are so lucky that they are born with the parents who are so understanding, so open-minded, so amazing. But I was born in a family, my parents are not that open-minded. They say about the open-minded, but in reality they are not. Because they think that I need to do the things in a certain way at a certain time period. And that's created a lot of the pressure on me. And I realized that pressure when I was in my early 20s, because I was in the med school, I was doing graduation, post-graduation, and being in the hospital treating the patient. I felt that pressure, and to relieve that pressure I started focusing on what I love doing, and that's why I switched the careers. I dropped out from that thing and started totally random out of the middle of nowhere, because I wanted to hear to myself. I want to listen to myself, because it was enough of me listening to other people and fulfilling their expectation that I avoided myself in the process. And then I switched career. And I think it's been 3 or 4 years I've been switched career. I think in the it was around in the 2020, 2021, around the COVID times, I switched my careers, and all of the random sudden I started with something totally new, the art and designing, which was not even related to the science, with the medical, with the doctor field. And I started with that business. And after 2 years, I started traveling. In 2023, I started traveling. And 1 year I traveled. Now I came back to see my parents. I'm going to be here for a couple of days or weeks, and then I'm going to go back, started traveling again. But over the course of the time, I realized that there was a lot of the pressure on me. And I still feel the pressure. I'm not saying that I'm totally relieved of the pressure. I'm totally relieved of my parents' pressure. No, I still feel the pressure. At that time, the pressure was different. To get the good grades, to get the good college, good education, good university, and all that stuff. I feel the pressure of that. Now I've passed that limit. I have my own business and I started traveling. Now I feel the pressure to get married, to get settled. And don't get me wrong, I also want to get married. I also want to have kids. But I'm still in my early 30s. I still have time, okay? I don't need to rush. My clock, my biological clock is not ticking. I don't have a rush to click or rush to do something just because I will have to do it, because otherwise I would never have it. Like I don't have that biological clock ticking. I still have 2 or 3 years more for me to explore. Of course, I'm dating someone. I live with my partner in other country where I was traveling. I was living with him. Now I came back to my home country to see my parents. And then I'm gonna go back to meet my partner and live with him, and of course I want to get married with him and have a babies and all that stuff. I do want a family, but I want to do things when I'm ready, when I'm fully ready, when I'm fully prepared, when I fully want to go full on in with it. Oftentimes when I realize when people go and do the things based on other people's expectations, ready to do those things at that particular time. Of course they want to do that, but at their own time period, their own way, their own process, but they feel rush and emergency to go and do the things, and they do it, and even after doing it they are not happy because they wanted to do it their own way. They wanted to do it when they feel ready, completely, totally inside of it. Because we are not here to finish somebody else's checklist. Come on. Life is too shallow if you focus on finishing the other people's checklist. One thing after the next, one thing after the next. You never relax. You never totally within yourself. You never hear yourself. You just focus on doing things. It's kind of like a robotic machine. And we are not robots. Come on. So I would say that no, time is not the factor when you wanted to achieve something in your life. Do the things at your own time, at your own pace, at your own method, the way you would like to do it. Otherwise, we would all be robots living the life, and everybody would be having the same life, and they would create the babies that would do the same thing, and then they would create the babies, they would do the same thing. It's like an entire human race will be doing the same thing, the similar style, similar pattern, nothing new, nothing creating unique, nothing beautiful, no evolution, just the same thing. And nature never wants that. You see, the nature is keep on evolving, it's keep on changing, because change is a factor that is important in the growth and the evolution of a species. Not just a human species, but any other species you take it, there is an evolution. Even if you read the history of the evolution, you can see thousands of years back there were dinosaurs, there were other reptiles, other species on the planet that dominated before the human race came into existence. And then they grow and evolve, and now they see the human, and they grow and evolve, and they see the even more superhumans in the future, and so on and so forth. Because the evolution change is important, it's essential for the growth and for the survival of the species on this planet Earth. And if we are doing the same things over and over again, then there is no evolution, there is no growth, there is no creativity, there is no fun. It's a boring life. So I would recommend to you, if you feel pressure right now, because I know I still feel pressure. Of course, I have surpassed pressure a lot in my 20s, but I still feel the pressure in early 30s, because to get married, settle down as early as is possible. But I know I'm going to do it at my own pace. But I can't say that I'm 100% free of pressure, because I still do feel pressure. And I think everybody feels pressure of something or the other. So you don't need to do the things just because somebody else is telling you to do that in a certain period or specific amount of period of time. Do the things at your own time, when you are ready. Do it your own way, because that's how you create your life. We are here to create and experience our life. We are not here to live like slaves. And when you do something according to the society or according to a person's expectation, you are a slave. And there is no shame in accepting that I was a slave for a very long time, because I was doing the things according to the society, according to my parents. And when I dropped out from my college and I started my business, I was like 3 or 4 years back, I started listening to myself. Even though I still feel the pressure, but I don't do what they want me to do it, because I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. I respect you, I love you, the way you do it. It's good for you if you want to do it, but it's not for me. I want to do the things my own way. And I know I'm never gonna be late. One thing also you need to keep in mind, if you feel like you are late for certain things, understand you are exactly, perfectly, at the perfect place, at the perfect situation in your life, okay? You are there where you need to be, okay? You're gonna get things done at the perfect time, at your perfect time, at your perfect place, at the perfect way that suits you. Because ultimately, even if you do the things at the time the other people wants it to you, if you're not happy, then there's no point of doing or finishing the checklist. There is no point. Because I've seen the people doing those things at the specific time period that other people were saying, but after doing those things, they are not happy. So what's the point of doing those things? I hope this thing gets you something. I hope you get something out of it. Let me know what you think. But there is no time limit. Take your time. Even if you feel the pressure, I still feel the pressure, but I still do the things my own way, because I take that leap. I was like, I'm not going to listen to anybody else. If somebody is telling me or manipulating me to do the things their own way, I respect them, I love them, but I'm not going to do the things their own way, because I am here to create my own life. I'm not here to become a slave. That doesn't mean you don't need to listen to the people. That doesn't mean you need to argue with the people or you need to fight with the people. No, that doesn't mean that. It just means that if somebody is telling you, if it's related to what you want to do, then go and do it. But if it's not related to you, your inner being, your inner talk is telling you to do something else, then you need to listen to your inner talk, your inner self, more than you listen to anybody. You need to have the courage to listen to yourself. So if you feel like you need more time to explore the world, then go and do that. But if you feel like you want to get married, other person is telling you to get married, and you feel like you want to do it, then go do that. It's not about ignoring other people's voices or bashing out them or arguing with them or fighting with them or becoming very bad with them. No. It's all about listening to yourself and understanding, of course, we have a time limit, but you don't need to rush. Because the happiness and the joy is the first thing that comes before you do anything or everything in your life. Hopefully you get something out of it, and I want to tell you guys, everybody is going through some shit. Yes, everybody is going through some trauma, some kind of problem, some kind of pain. The only thing you can understand in this pain is that you don't need to feel pressure. Even if you feel the pressure, you can talk to yourself and give yourself time to focus in the direction where you want to go. And that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm doing every single day, to focus on what I want and to go in that direction, so I live the life that is true, meaningful to me, that makes me happy, that makes me feel joyful, and doing the things at my own time, at my own pace, rather than other people's pace and time. So that's it for this video. Hopefully you find something. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If this content resonates with you, or if you want to talk anything about it, you want to share your own experience with your own life, I would really love to hear from you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you the next time. Till then, take care. Bye guys.